back of the aircraft. Flight attendant Betty Ong calls an American Airlines operator on the ground.
Hello? My name is Betty Ong. I'm number 3 in the back. The cockpit's not answering. Somebody stabbed in business class. And I think there's mace that we can't breathe. I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked.
Which flight are you on?
I'm number 3 on flight 11.
Okay, you're the flight attendant?
Yes. And the cockpit is not answering their phones.
American 11 has been hijacked by 5 men, and they have stormed their way into the cockpit.
Our number 1 got stabbed. Our first class galley flight attendant and our purser has been stabbed. And we can't get a good cockpit. The door won't open.
I think Betty sounds very much in control. I just can't imagine what it would have been like to be inside the aircraft, not knowing what was going to happen.
Can anybody get up to the cockpit? I think the guys are up there. They might have found their way up there or something. Nobody can call the cockpit. We can't even get inside.
The supervisor keeps Betty on the line and calls an emergency number to report the hijack.
American Airlines emergency line, please state your emergency.
Hey, this is Nitty, American Airlines calling. I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our reps that the pilot, everyone's been stabbed.
Flight 11?
Yep. They can't get into the cockpit is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I've got the flight attendant on the line with one of our agents.
Okay.
Okay, I'm still on with security, okay, Betty? You're doing a great job. Just stay calm, okay?
Okay, we're contacting the flight crew now. We're also contacting ATC.
Okay.
Okay.
They are in the cockpit with the pilot.
Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh Lord, they know trouble so high. Oh Lord, they know trouble so high. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Yes, I will come the other day. My soul was happy with the street on me. I went down the hill the other day. My soul was happy with the street on me. Oh Lord, and our trouble so high. Oh Lord, and our trouble so high. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. And I went up that hill again today. My soul was happy with the state of it. But I went to my room and did stay long. Looked at the bed and my brother was there. Oh Lord, you know trouble so hard. Oh Lord, you know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
We got to get down, Eagle. Listen, tranquility base here. The Eagle has limits. Roger, tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
Well, well, well. We are indeed back again. At least, well, for the time being, right? Those of you already on the original channel, well, who used to be there, you will indeed know that we got terminated, dun, 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 deleted once again by the, yeah, I guess, thought police at YouTube. Hip hip hooray, right? Keeping you safe, nice and safe. We are not worthy, or should I say, you maybe are not worthy. Oh man, honestly, I'm unsure where to begin. It's kind of comical in a sense, to be honest, and you'll see, um, you'll understand when I get into it. Excuse me, it is slightly a bit disappointing, but we did expect it. We had said already, look, chances are we're going to get deleted again, right? I mean, it was pretty clear. YouTube had made it clear as day in the past 2 years that they did not want the channel on their platform, and they tried and tried and tried and tried on several occasions to get rid of it. Deleted it originally. When would that have been? I'm unsure as the date, but deleted it then on medical misinformation. But of course, that was not the case. Shock horror. Everything that we covered, it was true. Of course, it was fucking true. But we got deleted anyway. So we appealed about the best part of a year later. And unbelievably, I still kind of feel a bit shocked as to how it got back, but it did get back. So we were back again. And this time we were a bit more cautious in regards to at least the medical information side of things. So we took a bit more caution, at least I did. I tried to. We did pick up a strike or two, three maybe actually. So they weren't happy. You could tell. I mean, we knew it would come. But we got back again, and with me watching, I guess self-censoring, they couldn't really catch me out with a medical misinformation strike. So they kind of had to think of, I guess, another way to take us down, right? But they always continuously change the guidelines and the regulations. Want to talk about 1984? Wow, we are in it big time. So we got deleted again, right? We're going to expand on it a wee bit more tonight. And so before I get into it, actually, can we have a quick audio check? And I will say good evening, good afternoon, good night, good morning, wherever you may be in this absolutely insane world. Wow. I mean, where do you even begin, right? Honestly, it is fucking mental. Pardon my language, but you know, I was going to try and not swear. I don't know why, but there you go. The boat has sailed now. It's gone. So let me quickly say hello, right? I see. Yeah, you are. So there you go. Oi, 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 in the hood. Good to see you back again. My good brother Frank in the hood. Yeah, I think I have the majority of my videos backed up. I have uploaded a few already. Fucking sorry, out of the blue. About 5 to sort of update the channel. So I will continue to what I'm basically the bottom line after the deletion is that I will continue with what I was doing on the original channel, but here. And some of you may recall, I did say, look, we'll go with the original channel, we'll take it from there, we'll make the backup channel, we'll take that one from there. If I get deleted there, chances are that's it. So if we do get deleted here, I'll be finished with YouTube. I mean, what's the point, right? My content's not safe. I can't. I mean, it's not a nice position to be in. They can just snatch it away at the drop of a hat, and I don't feel. I just feel that YouTube is possibly not the place for me. The question is then where? The bottom line really will be, will I continue to make content? Yes, because that's what I like to do. And I've kind of, in the past 2 years at least, I've grown a bit more of a thirst for content creation, and it doesn't have to be on YouTube. And chances are I will get deleted again here on the backup. I can see that happening. It's not what I want. It's not an ideal situation. I can't take everyone here to a new platform. So the chances are, if I do go, I'll basically sort of be beginning again, which is fine. The numbers and the views and the figures, it's not the be all and end all. It's not why I started it. It's not why I continued to do it. And they're not that big anyway, so it would be pointless, to be honest. But what I do enjoy is content creation. So I guess it gives me an opportunity. I mean, I can look at it as a bad thing, but I can also maybe capitalize, if you like, kind of using the agenda's fucking playbook. I can sit and complain about it, or I can move on. Simple as that. And basically, I'm going to move on, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically look at other platforms, but I will continue with what I'm doing here at the same time. Like I said, I'm going to stand by not the original channel because it's gone now, but this one at least, because someone did ask. Sorry, someone did ask the other day, can you make a backup channel for this channel? So a backup for my backup, and then what? Another backup, and then another backup. So it's not a position I want to be in. I don't like to get messed about. So unfortunately, I can't see YouTube being the place for me. I am already on BitChute and Odyssey. I have linked it in. If I am deleted here in the foreseeable future, that's where you will find me for at least the time being. After, if I am deleted here, I don't know. There could be another platform. I have looked at. Is it Rockfin? I did speak to RV Truth, and he's been actually quite supportive and quite helpful, to be honest. So a big shout out to RV, and I appreciate him helping out because he knows what it's like as well. He's been there, done that. So he's also moving on from YouTube, and to be honest, I think that's the path that I'm going to have to go down because, hey, let's face it, the tyranny, the censorship even at YouTube is fucking unreal. It is absolutely insane. And they clearly wanted the channel at least taken down, no matter what. So I'm unsure. We're going to look at other avenues indefinitely while continuing with what we're doing at the moment. So it's a bit of a setback in a sense, but like I said, we can sit and complain or we can move on. And sometimes I guess when one door closes, another one opens. Let me get a drink. My throat's went. I can't remember. I think it's been about a week since I've been on live. But the last time that I came on my original channel, was it the next day? I had some issues. People were having issues with the stream. And I had this feeling that something was not right. And it's weird because I swear I had the same feeling last time when I got deleted. And I think I even put a comment saying, look, well, I think the last time I had these issues, we got removed. And lo and behold, it wasn't because of that video. But I think a day later or 2 days later, we got removed. So let me quickly say hello again. And then we'll try and get into it. I'll try and explain it at least. It's quite comical, and you're going to see what I'm talking about anyway, at least. So where did we get to? Frank and Anthony in the hood. Good to see Anthony back again. Hopefully we got an audio check. Lynn, my good Scottish sister in the hood. Always a pleasure to see you. Mark, Space Hopper Mark. I love the name. Good to see you back again. And Justine, our good friend. Always a pleasure to see Justine, who I spoke to today. Hopefully, my memory's not that bad, right? Surely not. Yeah. Let's not go there. Who else have we got? Lynn, Justine, in the hood. My good brother Leslie. It's cutting off for Leslie. Leslie's got the bad Wi-Fi. My good friend Leslie from little old Elgin, right? A bit of local support. I was telling Leslie that I got deleted the other day. That's the way it goes, right? Especially on YouTube. So let me know if anyone else has got issues. That could be the case. I don't think there's any issue on my end, to be honest. So you might have to sort your Wi-Fi out, right? Switch it off, switch it on again. The good old trick. Dave as well. Where did you go? There we go, Dave in the hood. Pedro. Cheers, Dave, for the audio check. Pedro, yeah, we're all inmates, right? Fucking inmates, all right. You can say that again. Wow. Yeah. Done in by the Fort Police. It's quite comical. We're going to get into it. Justine, good to see you. RMF, there we go. Good to see you back again. Who else have we got? Quite a few. Wondering what's going on, right? His channel got deleted. Yeah, Elon. Yeah, you need to get Starlink. Oh, Jesus. The only show in town. That'll be the future with Starlink. That'll be the only Wi-Fi in a future World War sort of world that we are now basically in already. When I think about the book 1984, there was war. So we were kind of missing that to begin with, but we're heading into a orchestrated war. Incoming strike from YouTube. There you go. I do want to get back into the Ukraine situation. We might touch on it a wee bit today. To be honest, I've got so much to get into. So the setback with the channel, I'm maybe going to sort of take a wee break, regroup, refresh, reorganize, and go again. Although in saying that, it can be hard for me to take a break, to be fair. I mean, I was working on a video. So what I'm going to do is finish it and then put it up on my backup channel. And it was a draft version of the video that I'm making that originally YouTube got in touch with me again, right? So without further ado, JP as well in the hood. Good to see you back again, brother. If I missed you, I don't know why, but I apologize, right? Yeah, I have missed people before. So, am I sharing? Yeah, we're going to get into it, right? So I can't remember what date exactly, to be honest, but it's only a few days ago now that it happened. I got an email from the Fort Police at YouTube. The good old, the good old Fort Police, right? We're not worthy. We've had a run-in with these guys on numerous times now. That many times that I had actually gotten quite good at getting out of a strike or copyright infringement or I don't know, stuff like that. Basically, sort of bending the rules, I guess, but in the same breath, not breaking them. So I got the email the other day. And the day before that, I had uploaded a draft version of the video that I'm making at the moment, basically to see what sort of copyright infringement it was going to get, if any. And it was the movie Don't Look Up. Now, some of you will have seen the movie Don't Look Up, and you will know the scene that I'm talking about. It is basically the final scene, or almost. And they go to it's almost I think it's not the very last, but it's towards the end because they they fly off into space, right? They leave planet Earth because it's finished, it's done, the comet, right? So they fly and find a new planet, and they it's quite funny actually. They find this new planet, right? Exoplanet, sure. It's just like the real thing. It's like NASA. But it's Hollywood, right? Yeah, but it's still like NASA. And they come off this spaceship into their new planet, and it's basically, if you've not seen it, if you can picture like a Garden of Eden scene where people are walking about naked coming off this spaceship, right? So, with that in mind, YouTube decided that because of that scene, I would pick up basically a nudity strike. Now, originally, I got a what is it, age restriction, which I could I can understand to an extent, right? Even though the videos are made for adults only, but with that aside, I thought, yeah, well, okay, because I don't want an age restriction, what I was going to do is I was going to take it out and avoid it or change it, basically, to avoid the age infringement because that can be annoying as well. For anyone who's not signed in, I don't think you would be able to watch it. So it's not really something that you want on your video, right? So I got, it's quite funny, really. If you've seen this scene, you'll know that I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but they land at this new planet, and the one of the main characters is like, "What's that?" And it's like a dinosaur. You can see it in the photo, and it eats her. And the guy that can predict everything. He's like Elon Musk, basically. I think they based his character on Elon. So yeah, a bit of a spoiler alert there. But hey, if you've not seen it by now, you've had long enough, and it got me basically terminated to begin with, at least. So basically, I got a bit of an issue with the draft version of the new video that I was making, and YouTube sent me an email saying that they reviewed content and found severe or repeated violations. Well, which one is it? Or take your pick, right? So they found severe or repeated violations of community guidelines. Well, surely I would have got strikes then. And in this email in particular, they picked out graphic sexual content that is meant to be sexually gratifying. What? Is not allowed on YouTube. Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Now, clearly, when I got this, I thought, well, there's obviously been some kind of misunderstanding, right? The clip that they're referring to, I got it from YouTube. And that's where I got it. So I was slightly perplexed as to what was going on. If I had got a termination for, I don't know, medical misinformation, I might have thought, well, maybe, yeah. But when they let me get rid of that banner. When I read this, it kind of knocked me. I mean, I was expecting to get deleted, but the way that it happened, as you'll see, kind of caught me by surprise. But I think we did say as well that they would have to find another way to take the channel down, and we were right, because that's what they've done. So I put in an appeal because I thought, nah, that can't be right. That cannot be right. I mean, to be honest, I can accept it being deleted, but the way it happened, I thought, it must be a mistake. Surely there's a mistake, right? So on my first appeal, they said, no, it's continued. It will continue to be suspended, terminated, and you won't be able to access or create any other YouTube accounts. So, I don't know. I'm unsure if that means that I'm actually, me as an individual, banned from YouTube. If that is the case, I shouldn't laugh. If that is the case, then I'm likely going to get deleted here as well, right? I don't think we can write that out. And I can see it happening, to be honest. So you would imagine that going by that, I think me as an individual, they don't want on YouTube. So I'm here anyway for the time being. But like I have said, I don't know for how long. They clearly do not want me. So what I did, because honestly, even after the failed appeal, because I'd picked up a bit of a knack at appealing, I put together another appeal and thought, yeah, that'll crack it. I've got them, right? I've got them. They're not going to get out of this one. So I sent off another appeal. I'm unsure as to if there's a limit in appeals for a termination. It's not the same as a strike. I think you can continue for so long, at least. I've kind of given up now, to be fair. And yeah. So before I got, well, this is the email that I got in regards to my second appeal for the That's Life But Not As We Know It YouTube channel. Now, I kind of thought, well, it's going to fail again, right? But I had put together quite a good one. And I thought, I don't know, I was unsure. I kind of gave it a 50-50, right? But they got back to me again and had reviewed it again. Only this time, it was a wee bit different. Shock horror. And now this is where it cracks me up big time. Honestly. I mean, you would not believe the absolute cheek of these entities. I shit you not. Because what they said was, we reviewed your channel carefully and have confirmed that it violates our spam, deceptive practices, and scams policy. What? Yeah. The absolute cheek. Honestly, I could not believe that. Deceptive practices. I mean, come on. You could not fucking make that up, right? When I seen that, I thought, wow. I mean, what else do they want to throw? And at the bottom there, they just said, well, we won't be putting your channel back up. They don't mention that I can't create another channel. So I don't know. I'm unsure. I'm unsure, to be honest, as to where I stand at the moment. So what I will do is continue on the backup channel and we'll take it from there. But honestly, I mean, the absolute cheek of YouTube, Google, to talk about deceptive practices. I mean, they are the experts at deception. Honest to God. Unbelievable. I could not believe it. But hey, I guess, yeah, we shouldn't be surprised, really. I mean, the irony, honestly, it cracked me up. It really did. I mean, it is disappointing, but like I said, we had sort of mentally known that it would happen. And lo and behold, here we are, deleted again. Shock horror. But this one, it really did crack me up. So YouTube doesn't allow spam, scams, or other deceptive practices that take advantage of the YouTube community. What, like helping people? Yeah, you wouldn't be allowed to do that, I guess. To be honest, let's face it. We also don't allow content where the main purpose is to trick others into leaving YouTube for another site. Yeah. So you can see what they're doing. They're tightening the screw. If you're like advising people to go elsewhere to watch your content, YouTube, or they're realizing that people are going elsewhere and they're only using YouTube to post the links to take people there, and YouTube don't like it. Shock horror, right? Where's everyone gone? They fucked off. They were here a minute ago. Yeah, they got the link and disappeared. Huh. Yeah. I mean, that cracked me up, honestly. You could not make it up, right? Deceptive practice. Yeah. I suppose they would be the experts in knowing about deceptive practice. Yeah. I think YouTube is basically a sinking ship, to be honest. So it might be the right time to consider going elsewhere. I can't tell anyone what to do. I can only tell you what I'm going to be doing. And as soon as I do know, I will, if I can at least, let you know. But I will certainly be looking at going on another platform and getting away from YouTube completely. I've had it. I've had it with the absolute cheek of this. Honestly. Oh man, it boiled my blood, but it also kind of made me laugh, right? I mean, unreal. Deceptive practice means communicating a false or fraudulent statement. Providing false pretense, making a false promise or misleading statement, misrepresenting a fact, omitting a material fact, or failing to make all disclosures required by this chapter. Yeah. So, the masters of deception cry deception. Shock horror, right? It reminds me of a Soros interview, that actually, where Soros is talking about deception. It's like, wait a minute, George Soros talking about fucking deception? Give over. Surely not, right? You must be telling the truth. But of course, he was claiming that other people were deceiving, not him. Not George, no, of course not, right? Soros, he's a good guy. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, a misleading statement. What is that exactly? Oh man, that'll be the end of comedy then, right? You can't tell any jokes. Has anyone watched the new Ricky Gervais? It's quite funny. I'm not the biggest fan of Ricky Gervais, but that cracked me up big time. All the trans community's gone mad about it. They want it taken down. How dare he tell the truth about women being women and men being men? Shocking, right? Honestly, I won't give anything away, but it's quite funny. So you might want to check it out. But yeah, a misleading statement. Yeah, that's Leslie. Good to see Leslie in the hood. So it got terminated. Originally, they threw nudity at it. Right, take it down. But of course, the clip in question, it's already on YouTube. So it didn't really make any sense. And because I wouldn't let it go, they they clearly must have thought, well, actually, we need to get you on something else now before anything else. And this time it was the spam and deceptive practices. So I think in total, we're I mean, what's next, honestly? Are they going to come and arrest me next? I'm just waiting to come and I'm going to get the knock on the door. Is William there? Yeah, what is it? It's about some of the stuff you've been saying on YouTube. Gone. Out the window, right? Away, out the back. Never to be seen again. Of course, they would catch you eventually. But I'm not fit enough to outrun the police today. Once upon a time, maybe, but not anymore. I'm too old. But I can genuinely see that happening. Honestly, I could see it happening without a doubt. So we've had quite a lot thrown at us in the past. And I think YouTube have made it pretty clear that they do not want people like me and you on this platform, without a doubt. The act of causing someone to accept as true or valid what is false or invalid. Now, oh man, I don't know about you, but I mean, that's the world we live in a fucking nutshell, right? We live in planet deception. Everything that our life involves is deception. I shit you not. Honestly. I mean, that is basically the world to a T. Everything that we get is inverted. They claim that it's good when it's bad. They claim that it's going to be okay when it fucking won't be. And time after time, no one fucking learns anything. And I mean, the majority of us here, we understand to an extent. We don't get fooled as much as, I guess, your average Joe. Oblivious to the true nature of the world that he's in. Sleeping at the wheel. Remember that? Those were the days, right? Ah, man. Take me back. Unhook me. Or what is it? Hook me back up. Of course, you could never go back. You could never go back. You simply can't. Once you see it, you don't unsee it. You can't unsee it. And yeah, I guess some people speak out, some people won't. A lot of people they do know, but they continue. They continue to work and basically be part of the beast system, as I like to call it, which we're all stuck in one way or another, no matter what you think you know. We're all stuck in it. And yeah, some people who live off grid and stuff like that, they're probably as close as you'll get to living out with the beast system, but they're still in it. They're still on this planet Earth, or whatever you would want to call it, or whatever it is they are calling it now, because that'll probably change. All part of the continuation of the deception that we live in, where up is down and down is right, and fucking men are seemingly now women, and women are now seemingly men as well. I mean, how did we even get it? How did we even get to this point? Answers on a postcard, right? I thought I'd give you an update basically on what happened. So that, I guess, is the gist of what went down on the original channel. And to be honest, hey, who knows? I never expected to get it back before, but this time I really do not expect to see it ever back again. I shouldn't laugh because I put a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of work, if you like, into building it. But with that aside, I learned a lot. I met a lot of people. I still know these people. I've learned so much in life, in my content creation through that channel. So I take away quite a lot of good stuff from it. So overall, I'm relatively quite content with how it's panned out, even though it got terminated. I take away from it all the good things that I've learned and the people that I've met. And they can't take that away unless they fucking lay me out cold. Then maybe then, yeah. I won't be creating much content when I'm toes up, right? I'll be in another form, of course, wherever that may be. Now, the world that we live in, it is the only way to describe it is deception. Every day, every turn, every entity that we have to deal with, deceiving you for their own gain, basically. Every turn, right? You're getting hustled. Basically, that's what it's like. And one of the biggest, honestly, the most outrageous, in my opinion, in terms of hustlers, psychopaths, is doctors, GPs, if you like. Honestly. Now, Richie Allen mentioned them the other day, and I tweeted, I think actually a comment on the website, asking about, I sometimes wonder how these doctors, they can sleep at night. How do they live with themselves? I mean, they're not this stupid, right? They know what they're doing. They can see what's going on. But they continue like normal. I hope have I got a slide that I've meant to have. Let me check actually. Where were we at? 14. I don't know if I've got it. I don't know if I put it in. I was meant to. Maybe I did. Hey, time will tell, right? I'm trying to get ahead of the game. I shouldn't, because that's when I mess up big time. And now I've lost my place. Typical. But yeah, doctors, in my opinion, the biggest con men going. And they've clearly got to be fucking mental. Completely psychotic to do what they do day in, week out, month after month, year after year. The things that they see, the things that they do, the medication that they push, the drugs, even. Just, I mean, could you imagine how many people a doctor sees a day? What is it? They get 5 minutes and then you're out the door like a conveyor belt. Here you go. Here's your meds. Boom, boom, boom. Away you go. Kick up the backside for your trouble. Of course, that'll all be gone as well. Think of Idiocracy, the movie. Think of that hospital. That's the future. Honestly, AI hospitals, look out for it. It is the future, without a doubt. So, talking about deception, right? This is a study, a paper from 2007. Can deceiving patients be morally acceptable? Surely not, right? I mean, it's not, in my opinion. You should, no matter what you think about a person's feelings, as a professional, you would have to be straight up and honest in every department with any patient. No matter what your feelings might be, you wouldn't hide any fact or concern. In my opinion, that would be outrageous, basically. But of course, doctors will do that. For me personally, in my opinion, it's wrong. It's completely wrong. What they need to do is be honest, open, upfront, and not hide a fucking thing from anyone. Because that will not be good. And it would only end up in trouble, basically, in a breakdown in trust between doctor and patient. But here we are in 2007. And it's quite comical, really, talking about deceiving, right? This paper talks about how doctors have to basically deceive patients daily. Daniel K. Sokel argues that on rare occasions, deceiving patients can be morally acceptable. And he has devised a checklist for any doctor who is in such a dilemma, because they will be, right? Not only did the guy make up a checklist, so a deceiving checklist, he also made up a deception flowchart. A what? Yeah, a deception flowchart. Yeah, as you do, right? I mean, you could not make this up, honestly. Nearly all doctors at some time will question the wisdom of telling a grim truth to a patient. To help doctors resolve such dilemmas, I have developed a quote, deception flowchart, close quote. Oh man, classic, right? A deception flowchart? I've never even heard of them, and I got deleted for deceptive practices, and nudity, and hate speech, and medical misinformation. Deceptive practices. Maybe I should change the channel to that name. Give the game away, right? Honestly, cracks me up. So yeah, by providing a sequence of questions and a checklist of relevant moral considerations, the flowchart might help the ethically sensitive doctor. Oh man, this is cracking me up. I should have read this because I just sort of glanced over it. Oh man. The flowchart might help the ethically sensitive doctor make a more informed decision about when to override the duty to be honest. Fucking hell. Yeah, you don't have to be honest on this one, clearly. Because that's a right thing to do, right? Ever. I mean, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, a doctor should be upfront no matter what. No matter what they think about someone's feelings or hurting their feelings, but I mean, it would have to go. I guess it would be down to a case individual, the scenario. Personally, I couldn't be a doctor. I could not do it. I'd be useless anyway. I'd be absolutely fucking hopeless. But I mean, mentally, I don't think I could do it. I don't know how they can. Honestly, these people that work in hospitals and see everything that you could ever think of in 1 week. And then the next week, I mean, wow. I honestly don't know how they do it. I mean, the NHS, where do you start, right? So you can download a deception flowchart. Imagine walking into your GP and on the wall, there's a big poster. Oh, man. And it's a deception flowchart for the doctor to make up his mind as to whether he should deceive you or not. Oh, man. Honestly, is it just me that finds that funny? Probably is, to be honest. But, oh, man. A deception flowchart. Look out in your doctors for one of them printed on the wall, right? Take it with you. Print it out and give it to your ethically sensitive doctor. Do they exist? Seemingly they do. Although, going by this, most of them are not. Because it says, as it said there, might help the ethically sensitive doctor. Because, of course, not all of them will be sensitive. Most of them are not. In my own experience, they they don't even look at you. Honestly, they're like robots. It's a quick done, 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 gone. Honest. It's been years since I had a GP appointment. And when I moved house, I never bothered fucking getting re-registered. I thought, no, they can ram it. I don't want it. So I've never heard anything about any appointment, any jobs. I mean, they would be going in the bin anyway, but they would be wasting their time, right? Shit, I just spilt. It's not coffee tonight. I spilt that everywhere. It's apple, some sort of apple, spiced apple tea. Spiced apple. And to be honest, it's not that great. So not a good advertisement for the apple tea tonight. Stick to what you know, right? Coffee. Good old coffee. You can't go wrong. So yeah, a deception flowchart. Get it downloaded. It'll help you with your morals. Sure. Where did I get to there? Yes, so to override the duty to be honest. Surely that should never be overridden, if that makes any sense. Surely you should bottom line be honest. Straight up. Don't fucking lie. Don't sugarcoat. When it comes to someone's medical needs, you can't be fucking about, right? You can't be messing them about because you might hurt their feeling. You've got to be honest. But there you go. Yeah, the flowchart might help the ethically sensitive doctor make a more informed decision about when to override the duty to be honest. Ah, of course. It might also be useful to teachers of medical ethics who can use it to illustrate the complexity of this puzzling area even of medicine. Yeah, it's so puzzling, right? It's a real puzzling area. This deception. Should we? Shouldn't we? Is it morally right to deceive a patient? Well, no, it's fucking not. At least in my opinion, it's not. You've got to be honest. Bottom line, you've got to be honest. You cannot fuck about. Don't fool people. Don't. I mean, at the end of the day, what is a doctor but a businessman who pushes medicine? The majority of them, they could not give. They don't care. They do not care about you. They see 100 of you a week. They're probably sick to the back teeth of patients. Bloody patients. Right? You could imagine. Because they've got their hands tied. They're working for an evil entity. And the majority of them know that deep down. If they don't, they've fucking got their head up their ass. But deep down, when you get right down to it, it is satanic. It's evil. Luciferian, yeah. Frank O'Brien, he knows this score. Of course. Frank, the information tank. Now, that is the flowchart there. In all her glory, get it printed out. Get it fucking put in your doctors. Make sure they're abiding by the deception flowchart. I wanted to mention as well, because I always kind of wonder how these doctors cope. And to be honest, they don't cope. A lot of them find it too hard eventually. And in terms of suicide rates with doctors, yeah, it's through the roof. Shock horror. It's well and truly off the scale. I shit you not. If you want to look into it, you won't have to look far, I can assure you. And it's eye-watering stuff. And suicide in any case. But when it comes to doctors in the medical practice, these people join it with a heart of gold, with a passion to help, a passion to care, a passion to do well for people, to make them better, so they can then live a life, a happy life. But within a matter of, I don't know, probably weeks, to be honest, of working in the NHS, they see it in all her glory. And that, I'm afraid, takes its toll big time. Because like I said, when you get right down to it, it is evil to its core. I shit you not. When you get right down to it, the pharmaceutical industry, the medical trade, it is bad, bad news, I can assure you. Yeah, I mean, hey, my wife broke her leg. They fixed. It's fixed. There is genuinely good points to medical trade and treatment. But There is a lot of dark sides to it. And these doctors who eventually find it too hard to carry on with their life, that's what they see. That's the area they wake up in. And they see it in its true colour, its true form. The form that we know it as. So we can basically, in a sense, grasp at least why they do it, why they come round to these thoughts, and why it's so fucking high in doctors. Because, yeah, they've seen the agenda at play when it comes to the pharmaceutical movement. I mean, honestly, evil doesn't even cut it. Yeah, the deception flowchart. You've got to get it downloaded, right? Oh man, that cracked me up big time. I couldn't believe it. He's made that up, right? Yeah, sure. I'm at my deceptive practices again. He's made a flowchart. Fucking hell, how much time has he got, this guy? I was going to cover it a wee bit, but to be honest, it's hardly worth it. I'm unsure if I can even read it, to be honest. You'd think it would say, are you being deceitful? Yes, well, try and do this. No, well, carry on. But no, it just goes on and on and on. Oh, man. Never been a fan of flowcharts, to be honest. Terrible, terrible things. Who invented them? Yeah, I wonder if they're still about. They'll be going with the flow, right? Surely, somewhere. I'm here all week, so actually I'm not, but we're gonna I'm unsure how many slides I've got. Has anyone read this book here? The Great Last Days Deception, Exposing Satan's New World Order Agenda, J.P. Hickson, 2012. Has anyone seen it? I feel like I'm talking to myself because I can't see any of the comments anyway. I think I'm going to read it. Western medicine. Yeah. That's the worst kind of medicine. I mean, yeah, where do you start with the medical trade? The Rockefellers, right? That's a good starting point. They basically took it over. What it was before, they then took it over. And they went and destroyed any real form of medicine. They took people out, and I mean took them out big time. And a lot of that true medicine, it went underground. It's gone, basically. Because they don't want you taking stuff that's going to make you better. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't be stupid. They want you coming back, right? They want you back again. Yeah, the pain went away, but it came back. Oh, yeah, funny that. Here, take this. It'll go away. It came back again. Yeah. Never really getting to the bottom of any issue. What is it? It kind of helps with symptoms, but it won't sort any real issue. That seems to be the majority of cases when it comes to medicine. I mean, in my opinion, they've achieved fucking nothing in medicine to what I think they should have achieved by now. They've done nothing. Some people might disagree, but yeah, they can fix a broken leg and a broken arm. But I don't know. The Egyptians could probably do that, to be honest. I think we went back in time. Honestly, we're going backwards, right? Talk about deception. We think we're going forward in the future. Oh man, we're actually going back. We're going back in time now. Oh Jesus, that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Look out for it, right? In the unpreviously fought syndrome. That's going to have to be back again. Someone's read it, which is good. Where did I see? Planet Guantanamo, who is a well-read person. Certainly. Of course you've read it. You've read everything, right? My good friend. Is there any books that you've not read? Probably not. It's a pleasure to have you tonight. I think I'm going to get it because it looks like quite a good book. So would you recommend it? If so, where can I buy it? On the cheap? Where can I download it for free? Oh man, I'm going to get a strike now for deceptive practices. Trying to download stuff for free. Yeah. I do like to buy as well. I like to have the copy, the physical form of it. I much prefer that, to be honest. I've got a few books that I need to read at the moment, a few papers, studies, heaps of stuff. Lots. Hunners of stuff, as we say in Scotland. I think I'm on Scott's Armour tomorrow night on Scott's Armour's YouTube, if I remember correctly. I have got it written down. So I'll have to ask our brother Scott's if I'm still on. If he's still going tomorrow. So you'll be able to catch me on Scott's Armour. It's a great channel, great live streams. It's a good crack, right? So you'll catch me there tomorrow night. We're not quite done yet. Where did I get to? Yeah, our archive is one that I do try quite a lot. Sometimes you'll get it for free. Other times, you can buy a copy. I've got an account with them. There's always a way to find it for free, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Of course, yeah. You should really buy it from the content creator. But hey, we're in a Hunger Games society. We want info and we want it now and we want it for free. Give me it. Go, 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 go. We just consume. I think consuming information is good. To an extent, I think we can overdo it from time to time. I know I can, anyway. But we do live in a hunger sort of. I've said it before, but it's a society that's driven by greed. It is. It really is. And I always think about Jim Marrs, the late, great Jim Marrs, who said, I think he got asked a question about conspiracies or something along that lines in an interview, and he said, look, you want to talk about a conspiracy? There's children starving to death as we speak of hunger. They are dying. No water, no food, right across the world as we speak right now. That is a conspiracy. And the guy was like, whoa, yeah, I see what you mean. I think that knocked the guy a bit, but he's right. I mean, everyone gets on with their lives. While there is atrocious, absolutely fucking atrocious going on in this world. But of course, that's not where they want the focus. They want you focused on the cinema, the movies, the football, the Johnny Depp, the Amber Heard, done a turd on the bed. Yeah. How long's that going to drag on for? Fucking hell. I mean, it's quite sad, and for me, it paints a picture of the world that we're in at the moment, where here we have the main entertainment of the day, of the week, of the month, a court trial. A court trial that involves a domestic dispute between a man and a woman. And people find that entertaining. And no one's asking any fucking questions. People are literally getting their fucking popcorn out, the deck chair, fucking projector in the garden, sitting down with the beer, watching a court trial about domestic abuse. Honestly, how did we get here? Of course, it's all brought in gradually. Over time, they condition the masses, and for about 10 years now. I think it was at the O.J. Simpson trial. Did they put that on TV? I know they done one in the UK, and it was actually a murder that happened in Elgin. Although I say murder, no body ever got found. And no, it wasn't me. I think it's on Netflix at the moment, on some murder series. But basically, a lady went missing, and her husband got the blame for murdering her in Elgin. I think I would have been about, I don't know, 11 maybe, when it happened. I actually went to school with the son, Jamie, of the lady who disappeared. And of course, everyone reckons she got murdered. Her mother and father reckon that she got murdered. But no body, even today. In fact, I think the guy's probably going to get out of jail soon. It happened that long ago. He's maybe served his sentence. And I don't know. He's always maintained that he's innocent. But I mean, the lady completely disappeared off the face of the earth. And she had 2 children that she adored, loved. A mother and father that she loved. So I find it hard to buy that she would just disappear on her own accord and leave behind 2 children that she loved. I can't buy it. So unfortunately, I think the guy maybe did. I think that's what must have happened. I know that their marriage was up and down. It had hit a bad patch. There had been incidents. So it wasn't in a good way. Something might have happened one night that led to an accident, maybe. Either way, we'd be, of course, speculating, but she's not here today, put it that way. But I think it is on a series on Netflix about unsolved murders or husbands who murder. It happened a long time ago in Elgin, a small wee town. It shook the town to its core. Unheard of, to be honest. Still talked about today. Yeah, you don't see much of that up here. Kind of lost my place there, talking about Arlene Fraser. That was her name, the lady who seemingly got murdered. So yeah, a satanic world. Yeah, that would be a polite way of putting it, to be honest. So this looks like it could be quite a good book. So I'm gonna buy it next week. How long have we went now? Where's my vape? I've lost the place, right? We've went an hour and a half nearly. We're gonna have to start wrapping up soon. So that means about another hour. Knowing me, right? Quite a religious book, this one, from what I can see. As my doorbell Typical rings. I'll have to. I'll have to. You'll have to excuse me for 2 minutes. There we go. We are indeed back again. It's all right. It wasn't. It wasn't the police. It was. It was my son's friend. His wee pal. He's lost with him. He's at the. He's going to wait for him. Billy's getting changed. He's not dressed for going out, so he's away getting dressed. Oh, what have I done? Ruined it. God's sake. 2 minutes away. Destroyed it already. Disrupted the flow, right? What flow? The flow chart. So yeah, this book. This is from the introduction. We live in an era where, quote, virtual reality, close quote, has replaced reality. Yeah. And that was in 2012. Oh man, what would he be saying now in 2022? What, talk about virtual reality now? Wow. The metaverse. That's the future. That's where everything is going to be. The great reset will make sure of it. Of course, people say, well, it's the new world order. It's coming. It's already here. It's always been here. Since the beginning of time, basically. We've been getting fooled. We've been getting conned. We've been getting done over. And the Great Reset is basically them destroying any sort of bad history that they don't want the future knowing about. Reset it and basically give us the new world, which of course will be controlled by the same fucking entities as the old world that we once knew. You know, the one where you could pay with money, physical money that had fabric. Remember them days when you could buy anything you wanted from a supermarket? They will soon be days of the past. Without a doubt. And many things will make that happen, including constant pandemics with viruses. Of course, wee Billy Gates, he'll be there to save the day. Hip hip hooray, right? Is he not a computer guy? Nah, he's doing viruses now. Is he not a college dropout? Yeah, but he's a doctor now. He never went. Yeah, but he got it from eBay. But he's not. Look, he's got loads of money, right? Do as he says. Yeah. So we're heading, if not already, into a virtual world. And they can ram it, in my opinion. Right? Image trumps truth. Yeah. Style supersedes substance. Yeah. Sound familiar? And this was in 2012. It has become very difficult to separate fact from fiction. Wait a minute, I know who he's talking about here. NASA. NASA in Hollywood, right? Because you can't tell the two apart. Yeah. And of course, the guy who basically made it all happen for NASA, von Braun, the NASA Nazi, who ran away from Germany in a CIA fucking chauffeur to America to work for the American people. Yeah, let's go with that, right? Yeah. So they got von Braun to front the rocket program to go to the moon. And we will colonize Mars by, I don't know, 1980? It's years away, so no one cares. Yeah. What happened with that? Don't ask. So the guy von Braun, not only was von Braun a scientist, but he was a fictional sci-fi writer. Of course he was. There's no fucking difference. They're the same thing, basically. Hence why people that see it for what it is can't tell the difference between fact or fiction or NASA and Hollywood. This is because Satan is the prince of this world and he, quote, does not stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it, close quote. Talking about Bill Gates. I think it might be, right? I think that might be. Maybe Boris Johnson. Yeah. The lies of Satan are not limited to mere theological or physiological discussions. They have very real implications. His fabrications have swept the globe and continue to dominate the headlines of our time. 2012, remember? Deception does not have to be forceful. It is often subtle. We live in a frightening world of lies and hidden agendas. Yeah. Of course, I would know. Deceptive practices over here. We live in deceptive practices. Can fucking say that again. It is a world of spiritual realities, cosmic battles, unseen enemies, and demonic principalities. It is imperative that we, quote, examine everything carefully, close quote, and, quote, hold fast to that which is good, close quote. And that's a feast verse 5:21. When we wake up to the world, when we wake up to the world as it really is, it can be terrifying, yet wake up we must if we are to survive this great last day's deception. Yeah. Remember them days when you were fast asleep? You didn't know who the population council were? You didn't know what Agenda 2030 was? Yeah. Those were the days, right? They're gone now. I'm unsure as to what we can actually achieve in fighting against the evil entities that we know of. Because when there is good, there is indeed also evil. As far as I can see, there would have to be. Otherwise, how do you differ? How could you tell the difference, right? So, I think it is good to fight against injustice and fight against anything that you feel is morally incorrect. But first and foremost, look after yourself. Think about your own well-being, your own mentality, your future, right? Forget about the world. It'll be here tomorrow. Well, for the time being. Unless it gets terminated, like my channel. Yeah. I think it would be hard for anyone who does a bit of digging in terms of new world orders or one world governments. It would be hard not to come to the conclusion eventually that we do indeed live in a one world order that is satanic to its absolute core. It is oozing evil, absolute evilness. And of course, you've got clowns like Bono. Hip hip hooray, right? All hail Bono, the singer. Yeah, I think he's a singer. I actually like some of U2's songs. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Or am I? Maybe I am. I've admitted it now. I think there's two that I like. I couldn't even tell you the names. I think they're from the 90s, when U2 might have had a bit of moral. Probably not, to be fair. I think, I mean, today I can't stand them. The guy Bono. I don't even know the other two. This guy. I mean, he's got a condom on his head. And this guy with his shades and his ribbon. Yeah. Who's the guy on the shirt? I'm unsure. Frank will know. Where's Frank? Is Frank about? I thought maybe Jim Morrison, but I don't think it is. I'm unsure. I genuinely don't know. But yeah, of course, the 666 in between the two fours is coincidence. Do we know what this is? It's in a video that I done not that long ago. I did ask before. Of course, it's a temple, right? Clear as day. Look at all the windows to let in all the light. Wait, what? No windows? Yeah, they want it darked out for the ceremonies, right? I dread to imagine what goes on there. Look at the weird window at the side. Like a prison window. It's got its own prison cell. This home of the Skull and Bones Society. Yeah. Basically where all the presidents that have came from originate. The US presidents. They're all skull and bones, basically. I think a high percentage, anyway. That tea, it reminds me of cider, because it's apple. Oh, man, that's so weird. Now that it's went cold, it's a bit like a cider. Apple cider. Gonna be drunk off a tea. Hip hip hooray! Of course, secret societies are a big fucking problem, in my opinion. They are the main root of all the evil that is put upon us today. And it's not just the skull and bones. There's endless amounts of organizations right across what this guy likes to call the globe. Some people call it a globe, which is fine. Knock yourself out. People can call it whatever they want. I don't know. I tend to even refrain from calling it Earth. I usually say what they say is Earth. Because I can't even trust that. So, but this book is another book that I want to recommend that I've started reading the other day. Global Masonry, right? And it's by Haran Yahaya. Is it Yahaya? Me and names, right? Yeah, the best. The best pronouncer on YouTube. Oh, man. Yeah, let's go with that. Haran. I'm sure it's Haran. Yahaya. We'll go with Yahaya. But again, you can find this as a free download. and I highly recommend it. A lot of stuff we do know. We know all about the fucking Knights Templars, the Crusades. I mean, it goes way, way, way back. It's not changed today. I mean, even through my own research, I go right back to the Phoenicians, the Sumerians, with similar symbolism. The Phoenicians with their obsession with the colour purple. Is that not a Masonic colour? Yeah, damn straight. It is a Masonic colour. It's the number one Masonic colour is the colour purple. And in my opinion, although you won't find it in any book, at least not that we can get, that the colour purple stretches back to the Phoenician connection, because they basically were the first to manage to dye clothes the colour purple or fabric, and basically royalty would have it. And in my opinion, that is where today it stems from, all the way back to the Phoenicians. Now, the Phoenicians, what they claim is that the Phoenicians got destroyed, wiped out. In my opinion, they didn't. What we seen there was a great reset. Much like today, actually. And also with the Knights Templar. Because what they told us about them is they got annihilated. We took them all out. They're gone. They're finished. Now, what better way to write yourself out of history than to claim annihilation? And they would have made it like there was an annihilation. There probably would have been a form of annihilation. But the real people, the real powers that pull the strings, they would not have been annihilated. I can assure you of that. And the same thing will happen today with the Great Reset. There will be certain entities offered up on a plate as the enemy, as them who done it. But the real perpetrator, they'll get away. Again. At least that's my take on it. Of course, I could be wrong, right? I've been wrong before, seemingly. So my wife said. But I don't know. I don't always agree with her anyway. She's doing alright at the moment. Broken leg. Ah, the joys, right? Broken legs. I can't see any comments, but I will jump back in a bit. So this, the book that I'm talking about, Global Masonry, it's quite a good one. I'm gonna do a full show on it. All the way. A full show. It's going all the way, right? Because it deserves, it justifies at least 2 hours, I would say. Honestly, there's a lot in it. Some of the information will be new, some of it will be old. But a lot of it is quite interesting, for sure. It's got an old picture here of the roots of Masonry dating back to the Crusades against the Muslims, initiated by Pope Urban II. Yeah, that old chestnut. Christians against Muslims, right? Yeah, as old as the hell's that. The Crusaders put to sword all those living in the lands they conquered. Yeah, of course, the Crusaders, the Knights Templar, they must have been a force to be reckoned with. They took over the world, basically. And then we're led to believe that they got annihilated later on. The Crusaders wreaked havoc in Jerusalem. The medieval engraving shown above depicts certain scenes of the horror. Not a great picture, but yeah, Jerusalem, right? Not much seems to fucking change there, does it? Yeah. Wait a minute! Surely not Scotland! Oh, no. No, not the Scots. It can't be. It must be the English that done it. Yeah. Of course, Scotland. Bloody typical. Scotland would have to play a role in it, right? Because they're playing one today. And they will continue to do so. Especially with wee Nicola Hitler back from the fucking dead sturgeon. Honestly. Scotland has got a role to play in implementing Agenda 2030. I shit you not, a big fucking part to play. And of course, back then, they were playing their part with Robert the Bruce, the Scottish king. Not the king of me. Yeah. He helped the Templars because they were fleeing. Seemingly, they were fleeing. I thought they got annihilated. Yeah, well, not these guys. They got away. So maybe they didn't get annihilated then? Yeah, I would go with that. So they set up home in Scotland. Yeah. And took over all the lodges, seemingly, that were already there. Changed the names. And began Freemasonry. But everyone that seemed to help them would appear to have done very, very well in a wealth sense. So these Crusaders, these Templars, they must have had some kind of power. They must have had something that influenced. And it was likely money, some form of money or some form of support. Which you would think that a fleeing fucking wanted entity would not have. But there you go. They had it. And then they thrived. And here we are today, even in my little town. It is absolutely rooted in Masonic history. It's quite staggering, really, to be honest. And yeah, it's still got a Masonic lodge, active Masonic lodge, today. I always want to go out and look to see who's going in. See if I can see anyone that I know. Oh, there's so-and-so away into the lodge. The Crusaders, the Knights Templar. That's their main logo is the cross. You cannot mistake it. It cannot be mistaken. It's smack bang right in the middle. You can't mistake it, right? You simply cannot mistake it. Now, do you want to see if these guys are still pulling the strings today? Well, yeah, of course they are. Even wee Zelensky would appear to be a puppet on a string for the occult, the hidden hand. Shock horror. Of course, that would come as no surprise whatsoever. Yeah, you could say, well, that doesn't prove anything. But give it time. See what happens. See where it goes. See what the agenda. See what part they take in pushing Agenda 2030. Because they will be. And of course, Russia, they will be playing their part too. Otherwise, it's not going to work, right? They couldn't have Russia just doing whatever they want. No, 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 no. In my opinion, Russia, like every other fucking nation on this planet, it is controlled lock, stock, and barrel by the hidden hand. And if you do not play ball, they will take you out big time. No matter who you fucking think you are, they will get you one way or another because they control the lot. Now, if you break away from that, yeah, you might be able to break away, but you'll get starved out because they control everything else. And you cannot do it by yourself, unfortunately, because this is how they've constructed the world that we're in. We are interdependent on many, many different nations, on many different levels. So you play ball or you basically get strangled out. You get smoked out. And if that doesn't work, I'd imagine that they have the technology now to fucking take you out in an instant, no matter where you are in this world. I'm adamant they've got that technology. And yeah, you probably wouldn't even know. Right? How would you? You would be dead. I mean, we've discussed before the CIA and how they would take people out. And I think we mentioned a heart attack gun. I mean, hey, that's 1940s technology. Honestly, imagine what they've got today. We wouldn't even probably be able to comprehend it. So if any entity becomes a loose cannon, do you really honestly think that they're going to let that happen? They wouldn't. You play ball or you don't play ball at all. And that is possibly where JFK got taken out on. He might have became rogue, a loose cannon. So they fucking took him out. Now, how long have we been at war now? Well, Russia and Ukraine. And how long have they been claiming now that Putin is crazy, psychotic, mad, mass, war, criminal? Quite a while. And what have they done? Nothing. Oh, sanction. Yeah, sure. That'll sort it, right? Of course, everything that's happening is happening for a reason. They all have their role to play. Is it going to escalate in terms of the war? I'm unsure. I'd imagine that it will. I think we're going to now head into a new era of war where we live in war. It's not, is there going to be a war? Is there going to be this? We are at war. We are in war. Of course, the real war is against us. With the hidden hand pulling the fucking strings. With tentacles keeping us in check like the government. The corrupt police. The corrupt Masonic entities. That'll do anything to make sure that they're okay, that they get the big bank balance, that they get the millions, that they get whatever it fucking may be that floats their boat. With no consideration whatsoever about what their actions would then mean. I mean, how anybody could be a politician and implement these laws that they implement is beyond me. They're clearly not fucking right in the head. I mean, look at Boris. Come on. The guy's insane, right? And that's coming from me. Yeah. So you might want to check out the Global Freemasonry. Came out in 2003 by Haran Yahaya. Right? We're going to go with that. Of course, do we know what logo this is here? Anyone want to take a guess? Yes, it does have the Knights Templar cross, but it's not the Knights Templar logo. Of course, the cross is there. It's all connected. But it screams Ukraine, right? With the yellow and the blue. Anyone know? I think we've asked before. But it's Order di Templi. Is that what it's called? I'm questioning myself now. It's meant to say on it, but there you go. I'm sure it is. I don't think it's the Golden Dawn. They've got the cross. And the rose. Yeah, there's always a Templar cross, without a doubt. Yeah, the Eye of Horus as well. The god of horizon, right? Which I would imagine is what the yellow and the blue is about. But of course, yeah, you've got the cup and the cross. And I'm unsure if that's a crown, a dove, and the Eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, in a triangle. It's Order di Templi, and it's the society that Aleister Crowley was a part of. But again, it's got the Knights Templar cross in it. You will find that, like Frank says, you're going to find it everywhere. In my opinion, it's a dead giveaway. I shit you not. It is as clear as that when it comes to signs and symbols. Hey, if you can see it, you can't be fooled by it. No way. Have I got another one? I don't think I have. I think that might be it. So yeah, deceptive practices. Spam, scam, hate speech, medical misinformation, nudity, sexually gratifying nudity. Oh man, what's next, right? Honestly, I genuinely wonder what they're going to do next. They're going to come knocking. We need you to come down to the station. We need to have a word. Oh man, honestly. In Scotland, that probably will happen, to be honest. People like me and Resisting the Lies, our good brother in Bonnie, Scotland, we will be targeted without a doubt. I shit you not. We already are, probably, on wee Nicola's list. Hit list. Oh man. I could imagine that Resisting the Lies would be. Certainly on Nicola's Christmas card list, right? We'll go with that. If you haven't checked out Resisting the Lies, then check it out. He does great videos exposing the fucking circus that is Scottish politics. Wow. Honestly. So make sure you get subbed over there and check it out. Thank you for jumping in tonight. Resisting the Lies. DJ. DJ's been about on YouTube for a long time. He really has. Seen it, done it, the lot. So give him a bit of support. And yeah, I'm adamant that you're going to like his channel. So check it out. I know a few of you are already there. But if not, then check it out, right? Yeah, a bit of it caught me off guard, to be honest. Although, like I said, we kind of predicted it because I was watching, I had been watching with what I was saying in regards to the juice and the medical tyranny. So they had to find another way. They had to take me down another way. And they've done it. They fucking done it now. So, I don't know. I mean, I reckon I'm going to get deleted here as well. I could be wrong, but I am going to start making plans to look at going elsewhere, right? We're already on BitChute and Odyssey. I have linked it in. So this might be your chance to get subscribe there. Like I said, I'm not going to tell anyone what they should do. It's not my place to tell you what to do, right? It really isn't. But I honestly, I've practically had it with YouTube. So chances are, when I get deleted here, that will be it. I'm going to be elsewhere. If you want to join me there, I'll see you there. If not, then there's not very much I can do about that, to be honest. I'm not going to force anyone to follow or whatever, join wherever it may be. That's not my place. But I know that YouTube have made it truly clear that I'm not wanted. We don't want you on YouTube with your deceptive practices, your scams, your misleading content. I mean, wow. The cheek, the irony, the absolute cheek, man. Honest, that cracked me up big time. It really did. It shouldn't, but it did. And I'm sure you'll understand why. Given the entities that we deal with and cover, I mean, wow, you could not make that up. Let me quickly say, cheerio. I'm going to be, let me think, I'm meant to be, as far as I'm aware, I've got it penciled in for tomorrow on Scott's Armour. So hopefully you can jump over and check it out tomorrow night. I think about 8:30 UK time. So about an hour from now, tomorrow. If that makes any sense, probably not. Severe violations, yeah. It's quite funny because, again, they say it has been terminated due to multiple or severe. Well, which one is it? Is it both? It's quite comical, really. They crack me up. I might appeal again if I can and see what happens. They might delete me again. For what's it going to be next? Honestly. Witchcraft. You've been practicing witchcraft. Oh man, I can just see it, right? Discussing the occult. They'll probably want to trial me. Oh man, I can see it. I can see it. I better not go there. So let me see. Is Scott Webb was on? I don't know. Maybe I've got it confused. He'll have to put it on ice, right? I'm priority. Of course, I'm priority over anybody. Nah, maybe there's been a crossed wire. So if that is the case, I'm more than willing to jump on another time. That would be fine, to be honest. It's not a problem. It can happen when you're doing these live streams. You can get it mixed up. So I don't know. Maybe you might want to check it out and confirm it. I'm unsure. I've got it penciled in. So unless I had a dream that me and Scott's discussed it, then I'm unsure. So you can let me know tonight or tomorrow, and if not, I'll jump on another time. That'll be fine. You can find out with Scott's, and we'll get it confirmed. But if not, hey, no matter what, be there tomorrow night anyway, right? Because DJ will be there with all his tabs, about 1 million tabs open. So much information. Talk about an info overload. Yeah, DJ. I bet DJ knows about that. Let me quickly say cheerio. I appreciate everyone jumping in tonight on the channel deletion update. I guess. Where's my vape? Yeah, exactly. I found it. So we're all good in the hood. I've not even. Well, I think I used it once. I'm trying to come off it, to be honest. I've been about 5 years away from cigarettes, but I've been about the same on a vape. So all I've done really is swap one addiction for another. And I know vaping's not good for you. I mean, I'm not fucking stupid. I know some people try and paint a picture of it being, it's safe, it's only vapor, right? It's water. It's fine. Yeah, it's only a vaccine, right? Yeah, sure. But I know that any heated chemical, whether it be liquid, steam, smoke, or ever, ingesting it is a bad fucking idea. Straight up. So really, I should be putting it down. I should be leading by example, especially around my family and anyone who's watching. But hey, I'm not perfect, right? We can all improve. Don't have a go at me. But let me quickly say lots of comments, right? Cheerio. Lots of comments, which is a bugger. It's a bugger for me because I can never keep up with any, let alone lots. Oh man. One of these days I'm going to get it right. So good to see Justine back again. We went over 2 hours, which is actually a wee bit longer than I thought I would go. So I must now head off, right? Into the abyss. Never to be seen again. I better not say that. I'll fucking get deleted here. Honestly, I think it might be as an individual band. So, watch this space, right? Good to see DJ and Frank back in the hood tonight. Much appreciated. Who else have we got? If I missed you, RMF, there you go. And Anthony, Big Tony. Tony put a comment, I think it was Tony, about the Goodfellas actor who died. I think that's when I never knew until Tony put a comment. And I thought, I recognised the name. But I couldn't put a face to the name. But then my wife told me about it, and I was like, oh yeah, the guy who ratted on everyone in Goodfellas. He was the rat, right? He stuck everyone in. And what did he say at the end? That he had to live the rest of his life like a schmuck in a witness protection program, living like a sheep. He didn't like it. But he was a great actor. And I think tonight I'm going to watch Goodfellas again. I was going to do it last night, but I never got round to it. Absolutely knackered. Because my wife broke her leg, I feel like I'm doing everything, honestly. So, I mean, I've quite surprised myself because I've excelled. I've had to take on certain duties that my wife can't do, at least for the time being. Thankfully, it's not forever. But it's taken a bit of a toll. I've not had enough time to do as many things as I would like to do. But I've got to prioritize. You've got to prioritize, right? A lot of the time, the majority of any spare time, I will spend it with my kids, my son Billy and my daughter Lola, and the eldest, who's now basically an adult. So he likes to do his own thing. But I mean, life's too short. It fucking is. Honestly. Now, if that's a deceptive practice, I don't know what fucking is. But life is too short, right? It genuinely is. You've got to try your best. You've got to spend your time in as best as you can. And if you've got family, you've got to be with them. If you get along with them, that is. Because I know a lot of people don't. And that would be the last people you would want to be with, right? People you don't get on with. But you want to be with the people that you love. Of course, you don't want to be with them all the time, 24/7, fucking day in, day out, driving each other insane. Because we all know what that can be like. But I think a lot of us can sometimes take a step back to try and maybe appreciate life a wee bit more. In terms of being with the people that we love, having family, having kids. I mean, honestly, having my my son, Billy, and my daughter, they changed my life big time. And I'm very grateful that I did have them. And sometimes I can forget that and get lost in the mayhem. But then when I do take it all in and reroute, if you like, I realize again what really matters in life, at least to me. So like I said, I'm taking a chance basically to regroup and sort of restructure as to where we go from now. But bottom line is, we will continue here on That's Life, but not as we know it too, and BitChute and Odyssey linked in. So the video I was working on, hopefully I'll put out tonight or tomorrow, and we will continue from there. I've got about 3 different projects that I'm currently working on, not including that video. So there is a lot, and I've got in the background about 10 more different videos that I want to put together. So in that sense, there is a lot. The only trouble is the platform. That's the big issue. So hopefully we can solve that, and then we can continue to go wherever it is we're going to go, right? God only knows where it is. God only knows. But we're going to go there a day at a time, right? That's what my dad would always say, one day at a time. And you can't go wrong. You will not go wrong with that. So, good to see Frank. SOS, yeah. Sending out an SOS. Yeah, to be honest, there's no point. Who's going to hear it? The wrong person. The wrong person would hear it and come fucking calling. Yeah. What is the new video? The new video that I'm working on is in regards to interplanetary exploration, is it? Finding a new planet like Earth that we can live on and look after. What about the one we're on now? Yeah, let's not talk about that one. But we destroyed. Yeah, but that was climate change, done it? Yeah, sure. All them bacon rolls done it. All them meat farms done it. Bloody weather. Yeah. I'm spending my days fighting freaking blackbirds. They've nested in my area. I've chased away hummingbirds and goldfinches. They're disgusting. I love birds, so I'm offended. I'm offended now, Justine. How dare you? But I can understand when they're nesting where you don't want them to nest. Then that can be a nuisance, right? So I can feel your pain there. But I'm a big fan of birds, me. There's got to be a way you can sort it out, right? Shotgun. There you go. That'll sort the fuckers out. They won't be back. Yeah, we don't have nesting issues here, but we have in the past with seagulls. Wow. And they're like eagles, them. They're huge. Honestly. They are massive. They'll walk right up to you and steal anything that you've got, food-wise. They just right out your hand. These are the hardest seagulls ever. Their diet consists of McDonald's, fucking Burger King, and of course, Subway. So because of the chemicals, they're like souped up on steroids. Honestly, they're mental. The seagulls here are insane. And they've become such an issue that they're considering changing certain laws because you can't You can't touch them. You can't kill them. Or you'll probably get arrested. But they are becoming a severe hazard. And I think there has been incidents in the past where people have been hurt. Big mad seagull, fucking flying about, smoking a fag, eating a Burger King, eating a McDonald's, souped up on chemicals and what's the word? Testosterone? I can never say that word. I can never say it. I'm not even gonna try. Oh man. Oh well. Who else did I see there? RMF. There you go. Good to see you. I think, yeah, birds can be a nuisance, but we certainly want them here rather than not here, right? Because they're getting a fucking hard time as well. Getting wiped out en masse. Huge fucking swarms. Numbers right across the board. Dead. Dropping dead from the sky. Anyone want to take a hazard as to why that might be happening? Anyone? Yeah, so good to see DJ in the hood and Frank. Look, Frank, I know the word. I just can't say it. So you writing it is not going to change anything. I just simply, it's not one that my tongue can say. My Doric Elgin tongue does not like it. There you go. Maybe it's something that I've not got, so I can't say it. It's not that I'm stupid, right? Let's go with that. Anthony! Yeah, I think you might be right, Anthony. I think you might be right, brother. Unfortunately. It kind of makes sense with what I'm seeing. It's the only thing that makes sense. Anything that they've said, I can't buy it. Not that I fucking would anyway. But it never adds up and it never makes sense. So I think most people here will know. Will at least think similar to me as to what's happening with the birds. Yeah, I've seen that as well. But I think it's happening right across the board now. All you would have to do is look it up. Birds falling out of the sky. And you'll see it. It's heartbreaking. I find it really sad. I mean, what's going on in the world today? We're under attack. The birds, the bees, the animals, the soil, the air, the fucking weather, the food, the water. Where does it fucking end? Honestly. It's about time we stood up once and for all and said, hey, enough is enough. The WHO finished. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation finished. The Rockefeller Foundation? Yeah, you can add them to the list. Finished. Now that alone would be a fucking starting point to creating a better world, in my opinion at least. But for as long as we have, the Clinton Foundation as well. All the foundations. The CDC, yeah. Your Modernas, your AstraZenecas, all these companies, these entities, Google, an absolute monster of a company, Alphabet, BlackRock, even my dog agrees. The control that these entities have, it's went too far. It needs to fucking stop. People need to stop complying with these insane rules and regulations that still are about today. And they will be back again, I can assure you, because the world we now live in is going to be pandemic fucking prone. And the next one is about, I don't know, a day away, a week away. And it's not going to end. Did you think COVID was the only pandemic they would pull? Don't be silly, right? Of course, not many people here would have thought that. This is the beginning. I shit you not. And now they're turning the screw on YouTube again. I'd imagine that other channels got deleted. Probably on the same day as mine. From time to time, they will cull anyone who goes against the narrative. 1984, we are in it. Big time. Yeah, that crossed my mind as well. I'm going to have to kick my dog. I mean, sort out my dog, right? I don't know what he's doing. But I'm going to have to wrap it up. So, let me find a tune to go out in. I'm hoping to get that video done tonight or tomorrow. So that'll be out on this channel, of course. And then I'm hoping to get a good friend of mine, met in Warwick. I'm hoping to get a chat with him. He's doing a lot of growing at the moment. I've mentioned Metin quite a lot in the past. When I first came across Metin, he was basically speaking out against lockdown. They took his business away. And he was about the only guy in fucking Britain that stood up against it. The tyranny. But of course they shut him down. His landlord kicked him out. And all that shenanigans. Of course, Met will be better at telling you about it than me. But that's about 2 years ago. And Met's had a fantastic journey that I've been sort of following. So I want to get Met on, hopefully this week. And it's going to be something a wee bit different, and I think people will enjoy it. Honestly, the guy is so switched on. This guy, he genuinely knows his stuff. So you're going to like it, and he's an easy guy to listen to. So I'm hoping this week, if Met's got a spare hour or two out of his hectic growing schedule, to jump on and get a catch up. I think you'll enjoy it. So there's a few things that I've got in the pipeline. So like I said, bottom line, yes, we got deleted on the original channel, but we continue here. We are on Odyssey and BitChute. That eventually could be the only show in town. If you want to continue following my content, you might have to go over there. Whether you do or not is completely up to you. Because what I will go on to do eventually is just build from wherever I am or wherever I end up. Right? I can't take people with me. In an ideal world, that would be great. But of course, that's not the case. And a lot of people, they like YouTube. I get it. I understand it. So that's where they're going to be, and they will continue to be. And that's fine. I can't tell anyone what to do, and I wouldn't dream of it. I can only tell you where I'm going to go or where I'm going to be. Right? So if that's where you want to if you want to follow me, then that's hopefully where you'll find me. Now, in terms of BitChute, I've had issues with them before. In terms of Odyssey, I've had issues with them before. I don't really feel safe there either. Like I mentioned, Rockfin might be a possibility. It's going to be looked into. Failing that, there is other platforms that I'm going to look into getting set up where I can be safe in the knowledge that my content's not going to get fucking deleted. I'm not going to wake up to an email claiming that my channel's a fucking some pornographic channel or deceptive practices, spam, fucking hate speech, misleading content. Yeah, well, actually, I guess misleading content, that could be true. Because when we cover articles from the BBC, then yeah, it is fucking misleading content. Only we call it out for what it is. We don't buy their bullshit. So I guess, yeah, they have got a point. When if I make a video on the BBC, if I make a video on the BBC covering climate change, then I guess, yeah, that is deceptive practices. So they've got me. They've got me. They've got me exactly where they wanted me. So anyway, like I said, we're going to be here for the foreseeable future. I reckon that'll be. I honestly can't see me lasting this year. I think they'll delete me again. I will post links as much as I can to BitChute and Odyssey. I am on Rumble. Again, it's not really a platform that I like, but it could be the place that if I get deleted here, I go and set up there and grow from there. We will cross that bridge when the time comes, if it comes. And like I said, it likely will. They'll delete me here. I can see it. I don't want them to, but they fucking will. Let's face it, we're not stupid, right? So, I'll be on BitChute and Odyssey if that happens. And that might be it. I might just stay there. So, for the time being, we are set up elsewhere. You can get subbed. To be honest, Odyssey's not that bad. It's quite good. BitChute, I'm not a big fan of, to be honest. There's quite a lot of issues I find with it. So I'm not the biggest fan. When it comes to Rockfin, the majority of people there are subscribed. So you've not got issues with bots and spam and God only knows what else. Just hate, basically. Not that that would bother me, but what you'll find in them sort of platforms is people who are more into the content that you're creating rather than some fucking random who's just stumbled across it. I was quite surprised looking at Rockfin as to how many content creators are actually there. I was quite shocked. I'd not even really heard of it until RV mentioned it. And then I got in touch with RV. And we had an exchange on Twitter. And I'm very grateful to RV for all the information that he's given me. And it's helped me out in deciding what I want to do. And I think he himself, I can't speak for him, but I think he's clearly had enough as well of YouTube. And I can understand why. If I've had enough, he's surely had enough. He's one of the first people that I basically ever followed on YouTube, going way back. I think RV, a guy, Barry Satoro, who used to cover, I remember he was good at covering the Sandy Hook shooting, incoming strike, right? I see there was another mass shooting as well. I think it was on the day my channel got deleted, or the day before. But I mean, I've not looked into anything in regards to this latest mass shooting. But I'd imagine there will be all the fucking regular red flags and MK Ultra. That's usually what it boils down to, in my opinion. On what sort of level and what sort of scale, that's another question for another day. But we might get into it. Of course, if I got into stuff like that here, Sandy Hook, fucking, if you even say Sandy Hook, you get Google at your door. But there's things I would like to say about that right now. I simply can't. I would get a strike. We'd be done. We'd be finished. But if I'm on a platform where I'm free to say what I wish, then we can get into a lot more. We can grasp a lot more. So I think I'm going to probably eventually be elsewhere. But I dedicated myself to That's Life But Not As We Know It, the original channel, and the backup channel. And I'm going to stand by that until YouTube say different. Will I make a channel again after this is gone? If it's gone, probably not. I can't see what the point would be. And I think people could probably understand that, to be honest. It's not the place for me, right? Not anymore. It might have been at one point, but not today. So, with that all said and done, hopefully that sheds a bit of light on what's going on. His channel's gone again. Yeah. Deleted again, deleted again. Back again, back again. Deleted again, deleted again. Ah, me. It never ends, right? Handy sook. Yeah, you could call it that, I suppose. Although that sounds a bit... I don't know, does that... It sounds strange. Is that just me? Handy sook. I don't know. I think I'll just call it Sandy Hook, to be honest, rather than a handy sook. I think that means something else in Scotland. Let's not go there, right? I think it does. Maybe not in America, but handy sook. Yeah, that could potentially mean something else. But I remember the guy Barry Sotoro. Of course, that's not his real name. We know who Barry Sotoro is, right? Do we? Anyone? Did anyone actually follow the channel Barry Sotoro on YouTube? This is going back now. Oh, wow. The best of 10 years. When I first came across the likes of Barry Sotoro, RV, A Call for an Uprising, Jim Fetzer, Jim Mars, who else? The guy, what's his name? I'm forgetting his name now. He stays in Japan. I'm unsure what to make of him, to be honest. But I used to quite like him. What's his name? Bugger, that's going to fucking annoy me now. But I mean, the guy Barry Sotoro, he was covering... He would get Jim Fetzer on, and they would cover... I don't know if Barry still does content. I think he moved elsewhere, so maybe he does. But he used to cover Sandy Hook very well, and he blew it well and truly out the water. And I remember he was one of the first people I seen getting strikes and deleted and suspended. And then, hey, he had enough and moved away. I can't blame him. But he was good at covering all the shootings, if you want to call it that. Obama, yeah, of course. Of course, Frank knows who Barry Sotoro is. James Corbett, yeah, that's the one. You're absolutely correct. He stays in Japan, right? So I take it you got it from that. But you're right, it was James Corbett, the Corbett Report. Of course, another channel who's not on YouTube anymore. But yeah, Barry Sotoro is seemingly the real name of Obama. Obama. What's it? I'm forgetting his Barack. That's his. I forgot his real name there. His first name, sorry. Barack Obama. Yeah, sure. Have we touched on Barry Obama's certificate in the past? I'm unsure if we have. We might get into that in the future. Wait a sec. What is it, Billy? That was I had to jump away. My son Billy wanted to show me a rainbow, but it's gone. I missed it. So next time, right? Okay. I'll see you in a minute, Billy, okay? Yeah. My son Billy's a bit like me. You see a rainbow, you want to tell everyone. Look, a rainbow. I'm always shouting, look, come and see the rainbow. People are like, yeah, so what? Who gives a toss? Why are you bringing that up? But there you go, right? Yeah. I haven't heard from Jim. Yeah, actually, come to mention it, I haven't either. You know, I quite liked Jim for a few years. Jim he was good at covering the, again, Sandy Hook and different school shootings that had happened, bombings, well, so-called bombings, like I guess the Oklahoma bombing. But then Trump happened. And unfortunately and unbelievably, in my opinion, Jim thought Trump was a good guy. And that kind of shocked me because I thought, what? Donald Trump? A good guy? Come on, man. Who are you kidding, right? Tell me the next joke. Donald Trump, a good guy. I'm sorry, Jim, but no. An agenda's man, if there ever was one. Of course, Jim was not the only guy who got fooled in the so-called truth movement by Trump. And of course, they didn't even need to fool people. They brought out their own movement in QAnon. And of course, they've got Alex Jones pushing, and pushing. Yeah. What I talk about controlled opposition, deceptive practices. How about Bill Hicks, right? I mean, Alex Jones. To be honest, I don't think he is a Bill Hicks. I've watched quite a lot of Bill's stuff, and I can't see it. I can see the resemblance, but I don't know. Maybe it's his evil twin, right? I don't know. Anyway, we've went way longer than I should have. So with that, yeah, Justine, you were right as well. You got it correct. You and Frank the Tank were spot on. Barry Satoro. And yeah, so I appreciate everyone jumping on tonight. Like I said, I might be on Scott's Armor tomorrow. DJ can let us know. If not, check out Scott's Armor anyway, and I'm sure you will. And yeah, make sure, if you're not on BitChute and Odyssey, if you want to continue following the content that I've created or will create, hopefully, that could be the only place in town, because it's likely that we'll get deleted here. I mean, we can't rule that out, right? So, until either tomorrow or Monday, that is about it. Bye-bye.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I, when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Tell me why everything turned around. Packing up, shacking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it